لهم ناس يجوا بيطلبوا كده علشان هم يجيبوا لهم الشخص اللي عارف يعمل الشغلانة دي، فبيدوروا على حد يكون عمل الشغلانة دي لأن ده بيبقى أحسن واحد، وياخدوه يودوه للشركة دي. فالشخص اللي ما بيبقاش يشتغل الشغلانة دي بيبقى شوية صعب. لكن في شغلانات زي مثلا داتا انتري، زي واحد يدخل داتا على كمبيوتر او يعمل فايلنج او يعمل كوبينج او يعمل الحاجات اللي هي شغل الاوفيس وورك، ده ممكن يكون ما بيحتاجش خبرة، بس يحتاج حد يكون عنده السكيل دي، يعني عنده المهارة بتاعة توظيف، بتاعة الفايلنج، بتاعة الترتيب، حاجة في الارت، في الكتابة، سرعة في الكمبيوتر، حاجات مهارات معينة. مش لازم يكون عنده الخبرة بس عنده المهارة دي، فدي تساعده ان هو يلاقي الشغلانة دي.
هو ممكن يهايلايت من الجوب ديسكريبشن، هو ممكن يهايلايت الحاجات دي من الحاجات اللي هو اشتغلها. يعني ممكن ما يكونش اشتغل نفس التايتل الوظيفة، بس الوظيفة اللي اشتغلها previously كان فيها مثلا داتا انتري كتير، كان فيها مثلا dealing with الكمبيوتر كتير، فهو ده اللي هايلايته علشان يابلاي على الشغل. مش شرط ان التايتل يبقى واحد.
She's saying that he might went through the experience in his previous job, but in a different format, like instead of the title, it's not there. However, he did the same thing indirectly. Is that, so what she's saying, he might expose that in the resume in a way that it might help getting the job.
Yes, definitely.
Make sense?
Yes,
Okay.
very good.
معلش في النقطة اللي انت بتتكلم فيها، انت عارف احنا معظمنا بيبقى جاي جديد، فمعظم الاكسبيرينس اللي عندك بتبقى انت جاي بيها من البلد بتاعتك. فلو انت مثلا عندك الاكسبيرينس دي مثلا في حاجة انت كنت بتعملها في بلدك بقالك 7-5 سنين، يا ترى انت تقدر تعمل ماتشنج ده تبتدي تدور بيه هنا، وعلى اساس هم يقدروا يقبلوا الاكسبيرينس بتاعتك القديمه من البلد بتاعتك، ولا
تمام.
انت لازم تدور؟
ده سؤال مهم، خليني اساله ثانيه واحده بس ارد على يامن. بالنسبه للسؤال بتاعك زي ما كانت بتقول انه حاجه من الاثنين، يا اما خبره في المجال اللي هم طالبينه، يا اما مهاره عندك تقدر ان انت تعمل بيها الشغلانه المطلوبه. اوكي، او انك تكون عملت حاجه مشابهه للمطلوب ده في شغلانه سابقه، مش لازم تكون نفس التايتل نفس عنوان الشغله هي لكن عملتها بطريقه جوه شغلك بطريقه معينه، فتقدر تبروز الحكايه دي في الريزومي بتاعك ان انت عملت الحكايه دي، فيستعوضوا بيها عن الخبره بتاعتك. I didn't ask that. The second question is what kind of courses or certificates or licenses that they might seek in order to help them to find a good job?
For us, most of our positions, it's Microsoft Office. So it's not necessarily a certification, it's the ability, it's the skill. So there are free online tutorials that you can take.
Actually, we offer here computer classes for Excel, so it should be okay.
By the way, as far as Excel in particular goes on your resume, like sometimes if you list some of the specific things that you can do in Excel, that's really going to help. Because, I mean, with the Microsoft Office products, everyone puts that on their resume, but that's not necessarily an indicator that you have the level of skill that someone might need. So if you can give, especially with Office, some of the specifics of what you can do. For example, some of the things that our clients will, pivot tables, yes. Yeah, like if you put stuff like that, like that's actually something where
I search by pivot tables.
Exactly, because clients will specifically say, like, we need someone who's going to be good enough at VLOOKUPs to do this. And so, yeah, so if you can do those things, definitely put that on your resume because we will search by it and it will be more likely to be found. Even if you don't, you might still get a call and they might ask you, but they would have to call you and ask you to know.
Isn't this too detailed?
I'm sorry?
It's too detailed.
I mean, with some things it might be a little bit too detailed.
She's
but
looking for that
with
specific.
Excel, I would say no.
She's screened, so it's important.
Yeah.
It helps. I agree 100% with that because many people they will say, of course we know Microsoft
I
Excel.
never put it in.
Yeah, I mean,
But no, like put Microsoft Excel and then in like the little parentheses
Yeah.
put VLOOKUPs, pivot tables, you know, whatever else. And,
Or
okay.
relate it to how you used it.
yes.
So you used it in this job, you used pivot tables too.
Or using VLOOKUPs did
in
this.
in the description, the bullet.
Yes.
الإجابة بتاعت السؤال بتاع يامن إنه شهادات معينة مش ما عندهم شهادات معينة لكن عندهم حاجات زي المايكروسوفت إكسل مثلا أو المايكروسوفت إن جنرال باوربوينت وورد إكسل أوتلوك وات ايفر الحاجات دي بيطلبوها جدا وبيدوروا عليها ولو دي موجودة معظم الشغلانات بتطلب الحاجات دي. حاجة من الحاجات اللي بتقولها انه مش بس تقول ان انت تعرف الحاجة دي لكن قول التفاصيل بتاعتها. يعني لما تقول ان انا بعرف اكسل قول انا بعرف اكسل ايه. بتعمل بيفوت تيبل، بتعمل في لوك اب، بتعمل فاكرة الفي لوك اب؟ اوكي احنا قعدنا 15 حصة تقريبا في الفي لوك اب دي. ف قول التفاصيل بتاعت الحاجة اللي انت بتعملها او قول النوع الشغل اللي انت عملته واستخدمت فيه الحاجات ديت فدي هتبقى بتساعد. اوكي سؤال.
You offered that we can review our resumes. So my question is, how can we reach you?
Great question.
They are ready.
I saw her hand up like several times.
Yes.
So, the pink turtleneck.
Yeah.
It's similar to your question. Actually, my question is how to arrange the jobs that you did before. Because actually, like, I'm looking for accounting. I did accounting in my country. Because here we are newcomer and we did work stuff different than what we did in our country. So if I'm looking for accounting right now, can I say the accounting, which is from 5 years in my country, I did it in the top of the job, or I have to go by 2015 and then 2013 and whatever.
Right. Something that I did when I was looking for jobs, I would put like relevant experience and then maybe like recent experience. So you can put relevant experience at the top. That's one way to do it. What do you think about that?
Yeah, and another way to get at that is to use that objective space. If you put an objective at the top of your resume, you can start that off with saying, 5 years of accounting experience, and then go on to say, what kind of job you're looking for, some of your other career highlights. But yes, that's definitely a good way to also get that in there too.
I think the question it might be same but it's a little bit different because most of us we used to do the same kind of job in Egypt but in a different way. So the problem that every job here they ask for previous experience in America, which we all know how to do the job and we have done it for years before, but we didn't do it here, which more or less we have the basics, we have the principles,
Right.
but how to do it is kind of a little bit different. So how to handle that, how to go out of this issue?
That's a good question. We probably don't have a great answer for it. I'm sorry.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I have a question, please. Some people say that the job websites are safe to put your information, personal information in it. Is that right?
If you're uncomfortable, I mean, definitely put your zip code on there where you are because we search by zip code and obviously your phone number and email address. But if you're uncomfortable with your address, I've seen people leave off their address but put their zip code where they are.
And I mean, for example, the large sites do have security measures like our site does.
I mean, for this site, like Indeed and LinkedIn and all this stuff, is that like safe enough to put your personal information?
Yeah. And
What kind of personal information you
Like
كل المطلوب
your
address
social-
social
لا, nobody will put social.
Yeah.
Social never has never.
How do you
No.
put
But
social?
it should not require that
Yeah, most of them don't.
It's just address.
And as far as like email goes, you can always make
Address
it
and
separate.
birth and zip code and all that.
Mhm.
And phone number, social, yeah, first contact.
I mean, also like.
No date of birth, no
Yeah.
social. Would
No
not
date of
list-
birth?
No. It should not ask you for those things, though.
But it doesn't come in your resume when you attach it to their website.
Oh, okay.
So you should not list your date of birth or your social on your resume.
Yes, yeah.
Right. And as far as putting your actual mailing address on your resume, I mean, it's good to have at least the zip code, or at the very least the city, like Heather said, because that's going to help people know where to look.
Generally, those sites are safe. I haven't really heard of a breach of
No.
security
Yeah.
on any of them.
Really
so-
haven't.
And like we even really like sometimes having the specific address because we like to search. Some zip codes are huge, so we don't know if you're like 5 miles away or like 30 miles away, which obviously makes a big difference for community. We want to make sure we're calling somebody that lives close enough that it's not inconvenient for them.
I search by zip code every day for candidates.
On the application, we put social security if they ask for our.
Sometimes they do. The bigger sites
Yeah.
will ask for that, but those are pretty secure.
Yeah.
They're
And
secure.
also like,
Application,
corporate
yeah.
websites will.
If you apply for a certain specific job and they ask for it, usually these jobs are secure. And you can know that by لما تبصوا على ال HTTP هتلاقوا فيه HTTPS بعد ال HTTP. لو فيها S في الآخر ده معناه إن هي safe. تقدر تخش وتعمل القصة دي. لو ما الاتش دوت ساعتها ممكن تقلق. اوكي؟ ما يفضلش يعني. بس يعني في معظم الأحوال لما حد بيخاطبك وبيطلبك يعني أنت تكوني قدمتي للشركة والشركة ردت عليكي ساعتها بيبقى
لو
مظبوط.
عايز تقدم املى الابلكيشن دي وبعدين هنشوف.
لا في الأولاني مش مفروض أحط اسمه. اوكي؟
One thing we didn't mention for our client base and the candidates that we employ, the eligibility to work in the U.S. So most of our clients do not sponsor. Some companies do, but most of our clients don't when they come to us.
Yeah.
So that's sometimes a question too that our candidates have. So in closing, I have business cards here. And I'll pass them out if you want us to review your resume or review your cover letter. We're happy to do that.
Pass it out.
Sure.
في أي أسئلة تاني؟ في أي حد عنده أي أسئلة تاني؟ اوكي.
If I want to work for a specific company, go into the company website. Is it practical compared to the search? I mean the job website? Because sometimes you go to a company and 3 months after they have the same job, same everything. So
Yes, we can't control how often some companies update. I mean,
so
definitely
they're just there, but they're not practical compared to the Indeed or.
Yeah, I can't speak to that based on the company, but if you're looking for a certain company, yes, of course, go to the company website, apply. Some of the larger companies, agencies like ourselves, work with them as well.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes it is a good way to get into a company.
Yeah.
So we service companies such as Reliant, Shell, Chevron, those sorts of companies. So sometimes it is easier to get in through an agency like ourselves to get your foot in the door. Not always, but I would still apply directly, but also reach out to agencies like ourselves to see if we can help also.
Do you provide like some services to the companies, or it has to be like only jobs? Like for example, let's say somebody is doing like, for example, graphic work, printing, any type of work. Will you be able to like present that type of business to the company, or you won't be able to do that?
No, I think that was similar to
It's
the
the same
question that
question.
she asked
Yeah.
earlier.
Marketing.
So no, we
It's
are,
not marketing. It's a
we're a
staffing.
contingent workforce solution for the company. We provide employees to do the job. We don't provide the services extended services like you're mentioning.
Are you specified in certain careers or all careers?
It's corporate office positions across the board, a lot of accounting, finance, administrative work. So that's admin, executive assistant, clerical, human resources, marketing, analyst, sales, IT, billing.
Engineering?
It's not our specialties, some, but we may be able to connect you with someone who does. So we'd be happy to try to help you with that.
Do you deal with government agencies?
We do not.
No, I don't think we know.
We do not. We do not. We deal with companies in different industries, though. I mean, oil and gas and energy, of course, being in Houston. But we have media companies. We have construction companies.
Insurance.
We have insurance companies. So we deal with a multitude of industries.
أي أسئلة؟ خلاص؟ سؤال؟ آخر سؤال، تفضل.
هل لو انا عايزه اعمل ريزوميه لنفسي انا هدخل على الويب سايتس ديت واشوف اقرا الكواليفيكيشن والحاجات بتاعه الوظائف وابتدي انا اعمل لنفسي بنفسي ولا انا ممكن اروح لهم واقول لهم انا كنت بشتغل في حاجه معينه برضو طبعا هتبقى حاجه مش في امريكا يعني واقدر وممكن يساعدوني اعمل ريزوميه ازاي ولا لا؟
أول حاجة لازم أنت تعملي ريزوميه لنفسك.
ده مبدئي.
وبعد كده تاخدي الريزوميه بتاعك.
اوكي او محتاجه اضيف عليها حاجه.
بالظبط. أوكي؟ Yes, right, still حاجة. Okay. طيب, last question. It was just. All right. Last question to come from my side.
Yes.
What you want them to do in order to be able to get in contact with you through the card, but
Through my email
they
address.
come personally or email?
So if email to me, that's my email address.
Okay.
Either with a resume for us to review or expressing interest in coming in to meet with us.
Okay. And we will put
Set an appointment.
and we will put Saint Mary.
Thank you. Yes.
We'll put Saint Mary
In the subject.
in the
Yes.
subject.
Yes.
So when
we know.
you know you receive it, you
Yes.
know that this is our group.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So أي حد عايز يعمل كونتاكت معاهم أو يبعت لهم الريزوميه بتاعه وأنت بتبعت الإيميل للإيميل اللي معاك في الكارت بتاعهم اكتب في السبجكت سانت ماري. بعد ما تكتب الريزوميه بتاعك أو الشغلانة أو اسمك أو أي حاجة اكتبها. المهم إن أنت تكتب في السبجكت سانت ماري STMARY.
That's the promotion code.
بحيث ان ديت كلمة السر اللي هم هيعرفوا بيها ان ده جاي من الجروب بتاعنا فيدوله الخدمة بتاعتهم. Okay? We would like to thank you so much for your time, for your effort, for the great presentation. It's very invaluable information. We really appreciate it. Cannot thank you enough for that. And definitely we'll be in touch and God bless you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you guys.
Right.
Thank you.
بالنسبة للمؤتمر للحفلة افتكروا ان هي يوم الأحد اللي جاي الساعة 5:15 وهتنتهي الساعة 7. فبليز بي اون تايم ونقضي وقت كويس مع بعض ان شاء الله. اتفضلوا نصلي. آمين 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 بموتك رب نبشر وبقيامتك المقدسة وصعودك إلى السماوات نعترف نسبحك نباركك نشكرك يا رب ونتضرع إليك يا إلهنا. بسم الله والابن والروح القدس اله واحد امين. اللهم اجعلنا مستحقين ان نصلي بكل الشكر. يا ابانا الذي في السماوات يتقدس اسمك لياتي ملكوتك تكن مشيئتك كما في السماء كذلك على الارض. خبزنا كفافنا اعطينا اليوم. اغفر لنا ذنوبنا كما نغفر نحن ايضا المذنبين الينا. لا تدخلنا في تجربه لكن نجينا من الشرير بالمسيح يسوع ربنا. لنا لك الملك والقوه والمجد. All right.